I'm Heather from booktubes, and today's September anticipated romance releases. I have only like 6. I don't have very many. I didn't message a bunch of authors this time. I messaged like 2. Here's where we're at. A bunch of my favorite authors just had releases late August, so I feel like they won't have one in September, and I didn't want to harass them like the week that they had a different release. So just know that authors that anytime they drop a book is an anticipated release for me. Katie Robert, Christina C. Jones, Alexandria House, Avita Weiss, Megan Brandy, Alexandra Warren, Jessica Gadziala, obviously. Kristen Ashley. There's like a bunch where if they happen to have a book that I know about, it's automatically making the list, but a lot of the times I don't know about it, so here we are. Let's start with my arc. I'm very excited because finally Jessica Gadziala is releasing her smutty novella is Voyeurism. Hello! I have an arc right now. I'm literally going to read it as soon as I'm done with my filming and editing for the day. I like being watched. I think it's really short. It's voyeurism. Basically, she knows that there's like cameras within like a snippet, but she likes being watched, so she doesn't care. That's all I know. That's all I know. Here's the cover. I'm a fan. I cannot wait to read this arc. I assume that will be out sometime this week, so it's probably out by the time you see this video. And then later in September, she will have Henchmen, New Generation #4, and I should really read this series. Okay, on September 1st, Love is releasing In the Lonely Hour. So this is a marriage in trouble, and he does not treat her and their child well. I don't think it's abusive, it's just neglect. So they had decided that they didn't want to have kids, and then she accidentally gets pregnant. She changes her mind and wants to keep the baby, and he doesn't, and that causes, a lot of strife in the marriage. So I think at this point they have like a teen or something. I'm confused. But she reaches out to a well-known local teen advocate and somebody who works with them. And this guy is, so helpful and compassionate and all this. And so at the same time that she is giving up on their marriage, he is deciding to fight for it. And Love does love triangles really well, and I don't know who she'll end up with, but I think it sounds so good. Kind of like Set for Love, but a different one, and I loved that book, so I'm excited for it. I don't know what she's gonna do with it. Then September 7th, Chasing Serenity, which is River Rain. It should be #2, but it's titled #1, I don't know. But Kristen Ashley is coming out. So back when lockdown first happened here in the States, Kristen Ashley released After the Climb, and it was free. It was kind of a lockdown project that she did real quick, which I was like, what? How? It's like so long. But it's multiple POVs, and there is a content warning for suicide. So there were 3 friends. 2 of them dated years ago. Now it's been like their entire adult life apart, and the 3rd friend commits suicide, and they have to get together because of that, and they have a lot of animosity. And then they basically find out that the friend that committed suicide created all of their problems on purpose to drive them apart, and having to grieve and deal with that when the person that you loved for so long turns out not to be the person you thought they were, but also they're gone and you're grieving them, while also having a second chance at love. So that was a very interesting setup. And so you get her perspective, you get his perspective, and then you get her adult daughter's perspective, which is not something at that point that Kristen Ashley had really done, at least not in the books that I had read. And then the adult daughter, think Schitt's Creek Alexis and not Ted, as much as I love Ted. What's his name? Mutt? I don't understand that name. It's fine. Think kind of like that. So in that first book, the daughter and like the right-hand guy of the guy that her mom is having the romance with, they clash. The love interest of the mom owns like a outdoorsman store empire basically, and his right-hand man, is all about the outdoors. And she is like very designer, high heels and all of that. And they clash. And I'm so excited to read their book. like so excited. I've been waiting for it since, like I said, the very first lockdown, the beginning of lockdown, which feels like at least 2 years ago, and it wasn't. So that kind of is messing with my mind. Then on the 11th, I have a book that I just randomly saw looking on Goodreads for September releases, and it sounds so good. It's Good Girl, A Fated Mate's Paranormal Romance, The Season by Sam Hall. Let me look this up real quick. This just sounds so interesting. Okay. I live in a world where people are ruled by animalistic impulses and none are more than me. Weak 2 is easily influenced by others. My kind are best married off to be protected by my mate. So that's what I'm doing, attending soirees and parties with the glithering elite, looking for the man that will complete me. Then I meet him, Orion Ratcliffe, heir to Ratcliffe Industries and all-around bad boy. We're shoved together by his parents in the hope of a match. But what he wants is something else altogether. He has 3 mates, some of the biggest, baddest men in town, each more beautiful than the next. The last thing he needs is another, more socially acceptable partner. So in exchange for my help in deflecting his parents' attention, he'll Bridgerton the situation, squiring me about town, drawing other men's eyes, helping me find the one. So why is it their gaze I feel on me the most, tracking my every movement, all in the name of protection, of course? Society wants me to be a good girl. They don't want another mate. But fate, she has a completely different ideas about our futures. And so I don't know if it's shifter or Omegaverse or just some variation of that, but it's also like a historical reverse harem paranormal thing. And I was just like, what? Yeah, that actually sounds amazing. I would love more like melding of subgenres like this. I've never read this author, I've never heard anything about this, but I was just very, very intrigued. Then on the 18th, we have Consumed, which is Tribes number 5 by Milana Jax. This is the alien tribe where the women are treated as goddesses and they are human women who crash land there, but also the goddesses do kind of inhabit them in some way, and it's very interesting. It is Omegaverse-esque, but it's not, and I would recommend reading the series in order, but it's wild, over the top, alien weirdness. It's highly entertaining. They're pretty short, they're funny, they're not super intense or stressful, and I just really enjoy them as a palate cleanser. So number 5 is coming. Then also on the 18th, we have the X Hex by Erin Sterling. If I'm remembering correctly, Veena from Ms WOC Reader in a live show, I don't remember what live show it was, but she was giving recommendations like left and right for like witchy romances, and she said this one, and it's coming out in September. Although now it says September 28th. So there's that. But 9 years ago, Vivian Jones nursed her broken heart like any young witch would. Vodka, weeping music, bubble baths, and a curse on the horrible boyfriend. Sure, Vivi knows she shouldn't use her magic this way, but with only an orchard hayride scented candle in hand, she isn't worried it will cause him anything more than a bad hair day or 2. That is until Rise Penhollow, descendant of the town's ancestors, breaker of hearts and annoyingly just as gorgeous as he always was, returns to Graves Glen, Georgia, which should be a quick trip to recharge the town's ley lines and make an appearance at the annual fall festival, turns disastrously wrong. With one calamity after another striking Rise, Vivi realizes her silly little X Hex may not have been so harmless after all. Suddenly, Graves Glen is under attack from murderous wind-up toys, a pissed-off ghost, and a talking cat with some interesting things to say. Vivi and Rise have to ignore their off-the-chart chemistry to work together to save the town and find a way to break the breakup curse before it's too late. I thought it sounded really good, so that's that. I'm a failure. On September 22nd, Second Comes War, which is the second in the Promised in Blood series by Lilith Vincent, comes out. It's the mafia reverse harem that hit all the prompts for the dark romance readathon. I am genuinely so excited about this book. Did I completely not put that on the list? Yeah, I don't know why. I'm very excited. I absolutely feel like I know the twists and stuff, but I'm excited to see it progress in the next book. So I'm very excited for this book. Do I have any idea why I completely forgot about it? No, that's just my brain. You're welcome. There's another book for you. Hi, it's me again. Another day, still a failure. So I also am very interested in The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This is it Kylo Ray? Is that their ship name? It started out as fan fiction for Star Wars, and it's a fake relationship between scientists. I originally heard from it from Mara at Books Like Whoa. She read an arc and really enjoyed it. And then I've also seen other people, you know, being really excited or having read the arc. I can't remember who, but I do know it's multiple people. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard that it's really good. The cover definitely works for me. And I'm interested in it. It is traditionally published. Who knows when I'll get to it, sometime when the library has it available, probably. But it comes out September 14th, so there's another one. That's hi, yeah, that's just, we're very professional over here. And that's it. That's all my September anticipated releases. Comment and tell me any that you know of that are coming out. Obviously, I do prefer indie romance, generally speaking. Nice quick video. Those are the ones I know about and are excited about. Again, this is the one video where I kind of say, hey, if you want to know actually everything that I'm excited about when it comes out, it happens in my Instagram stories, because a lot of times indie authors will post about their book a couple days or even the day of release. And so I don't have a lot of know this, and I don't know about it always when I make this video, but anytime I see one that is like available now that I'm like, yes, this sounds great, I do share it in my stories. And that's my shameless plug. So, you know, not that getting Instagram stories views actually does anything for me, but you can know about all the things that I want to read. That's not true. Ultimately, if you really want to know everything that I'm reading, Goodreads is the only place. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye.